We are now about to cross over to Adex 2021, the Seoul International Aerospace and Defence Exhibition being held at Seoul Airport. There are going to be speeches by senior government officials, including President Moon Jae-in, very shortly. There'll also be indoor and outdoor exhibitions, demonstrations, seminars and more happening over the course of the next few days. So, without further notice, let's cross over to the live feed and I'll leave you in the hands of our translator.
여러분, 지금 대통령께서 무대 위로 등단하고 계십니다. 다시 한번 뜨거운 박수 환영해 주시기 바랍니다.
Please give him a big round of applause.
지금부터 2021 서울 국제
We will
항공우주
now
방위산업
open
전시회 개막 기념
the 2021 Seoul International Aerospace and Defense Exhibition. President Moon Jae-in is here together with us. First of all, the President will give his congratulatory remarks. Please give him a big round of applause. Please take your seats. Honorable fellow Koreans, distinguished guests from home and abroad. Today, from 28 countries and 440 companies, the capabilities of the defense industry are gathered here in one place. The defense industry, which has been protecting the land, airspace, and territorial waters and cooperating with the development of private industry, is presenting its fruition of the past. I would like to sincerely congratulate the opening of the 2021 Seoul International Aerospace and Defense Exhibition. My warm welcome is extended to the defense ministers, government delegations, ambassadors to Korea, and representatives of defense companies from around the world. I would also like to express my gratitude to the organizers and soldiers who exerted their efforts to prepare this year's exhibition that is the largest in scale, safely and successfully abiding by the strict COVID-19 preventive measures. Today, as the first Korean president, I had the opportunity to take the flight of the Korean-made aircraft. It was an overwhelming experience to fly over the Seoul air. This, our technology, FA-50, was something that I can feel, and I was very proud. FA-50 has a sophisticated battle capabilities, and from the cost perspective, it is also affordable, and thereby making it a very attractive aircraft. It is being exported to all over the world, and it is also protecting the skies of South Korea. At this indoor exhibition hall, weapon systems that will lead the future defense industry, such as drones, robots, space equipment, and laser weapons, are on display. The runway that was transformed into an outdoor exhibition hall is equipped ground equipment, including next-generation fighters, helicopters, and unmanned aerial vehicles with advanced technologies, as well as tanks, self-propelled artillery, armored vehicles, and missile interception systems. With the FA-50 at the forefront, the weapon systems that have consolidated the Republic of Korea's defense science and defense capabilities are truly reassuring, and I'm very proud. I would like to give a big applause to the research institutes, namely the Agency for Defense Development and the defense industry, who have dedicated themselves to the development of defense science technology and the defense industry. Fellow Koreans, the defense industry is an important axis of responsible national defense that protects the lives and property of our people. It is a security industry, and at the same time, it is interlinked with civil industry, making it a core national strategic industry with high growth potential. We were once relying on foreign aid for weapons and equipment, but we started defense industry in the late 1960s with the spirit of making weapons of our military with our own hands. The Agency for Defense Development has developed over 300 types of weapons over the past 5 decades and transferred over 600 defense technologies to the private sector. The 41 trillion won invested in defense technology R&D returned 10 times the economic effect of 443 trillion won. The Korean government has been pushing forward the fight against defense corruption and nurturing the defense industry suitable for the era of Fourth Industrial Revolution as one of the top 100 national tasks. In order to enhance the transparency and fairness of the defense business and to develop the defense industry from a domestic consumption type to an export-oriented, the Defense Industry Development Plan has been planned. Investments to improve defense capabilities have also been greatly expanded. The private sector is also supporting the development of core materials. Thanks to such efforts, Korea ranked the world's 6th largest exporter of defense products last year. This ranking has risen 4 notches from 4 years ago. The defense industry has more than 550 companies ranging from large enterprises, SMEs, and subcontractors. It is a new growth engine that creates 45,000 jobs. Fellow Koreans, now the stage of ROK defense industry is the world. Currently, the global defense market is undergoing major changes along with the Fourth Industrial Revolution technologies such as AI, drones, and robots. Complexities and platformization of unmanned and manned weapon systems are becoming an inevitable trend in the defense industry. It is a new opportunity for us who are strong for innovation. The defense industry, it is time to become a future leader from a fast chaser. The government will take innovative and bold challenges in line with the changes in the security environment as well as technological advances. By 2026, we will increase the proportion of domestic spending on defense capability improvement to more than 80% and support for localization of parts, more than quadruple from now. We will invest in the development of top-notch game-changer technology preemptively that can change the future of warfare. Policies for strengthening industrial competitiveness and globalization of the defense industry, such as preferential purchase of Korean products, will be pursued without any setbacks. On the 7th of October, military, government, companies, research institutes, and universities formed the Defense Science and Technology Committee. By establishing such committee, a private and public joint defense science and technology system, we will gather national capabilities for defense science and technology development. The developed technology will be transferred to the private sector. The aerospace sector has immense growth potential. The fastest recovery post-COVID-19 is expected, and in particular, the urban air transportation sector is expected to grow rapidly, which makes it essential to preoccupy this market. Korea ranks 6th in machinery, 4th in automobiles, and 1st in semiconductors, which makes us having the full potential for the development of the aviation industry. We can take the lead in the aerospace field, which is closely related to the infrastructure industry. We will make prompt demonstration projects and system improvements to be the first to introduce next-generation high-tech mobility and use it in daily life. Moreover, we will strengthen security and basic capabilities of the aviation industry at the same time by localizing aircraft engines. KF-21 Borame, which was self-developed for the next-generation fighter, we will boldly take the challenge to develop our own engines in the future. By the early 2030s, we will achieve independent development of various manned and unmanned aircraft engines, including fighter jets. And we will become the 7th in the world. The universe is a space of infinite possibilities. Last July, we succeeded in the combustion test of solid propulsion engine, taking a big step towards the age. The Korean-style space launch vehicle Nuriho, made with our own technology, will finally be launched tomorrow. The government will focus on the private sector transfer of the solid-state vehicle technology, securing core technologies to become the space powerhouse. We will expand the scale of investment in the civil-military cooperation projects to achieve self-reliance in materials, parts, and equipment. The space industry centered on the private sector will be beginning in earnest. To pioneer the cutting-edge defense and aerospace fields, it requires a lot of capital and technology, and international cooperation is a must. Korea will always be working together with foreign countries. We will be a country to share the defense industry growth experience and the difficulties and the lessons we learned, and we will, in earnest, cooperate with other countries. We will create various models of a win-win situation as well as cooperation based on trust. My fellow Koreans, distinguished guests, and the leaders of the aerospace and defense industries, the goal of a strong national defense is always peace. It has to be. Korea aims to become a smart powerhouse based on advanced science and technology and will create peace with the world. We will develop this defense industry as a national core growth engine that goes beyond national defense. We will work in solidarity and cooperation with the world for a safe and sustainable prosperity. The defense industry cannot develop without the support of the people. I hope you take a chance to look at the 5 days of exhibition to see for yourself the remarkable change and the development of our defense capabilities. I hope that you will support the defense industry with the dream of the aerospace and pride of our people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The President will move to the observatory stand to view the flight show. We will now watch the demo flight. The Air Force Air Show Planning Office flight team will guide you through the show. Under the clear skies of the Republic of Korea, we will now view the flight show. Welcome to Adex 2021. We are Adex 2021 narrators Jung Hee-jin and Kwak Na-hyun, Im Jae-hyun. Today, the congratulatory flight will be done by E737, KC330, F-15K, KF-16, RF-16, F-35A, FA-50, F-5, and F-4.
KC330, F-15K, KF-16, RF-16, F-35, FA-50, F-5, and F-4 aircraft.
You've been waiting for long. We will now begin the flight of the ROK Air Force, the congratulatory flight.
To you, the Republic of Korea Air Force's flyby, showcasing our air assets.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the left-hand side, our 737 and FA-50 fighter jets are forming a formation entering the venue.
Look to your left, ROCAF's E737, KF-16, and FA-50 aircraft are approaching in a formation.
하늘의 지휘소라고 불리우는
The E-737, dubbed as the command post of the sky, is equipped with a high-performance radar to detect 360 degrees in directions. It boasts a much higher survivability compared to ground radars. KF-16 and FA-50 are all-purpose fighter jets that can be deployed in various missions based on their excellent air-to-air, air-to-ground attack capabilities. To your upper left, KC-330 aerial tanker is approaching under the escort of FK-15K and KF-16 formation.
The aerial refueling tanker is approaching from the left, escorted by the F-15K and the KF-16.
KC-330 has the capacity to refuel 10 units of F-15K and 20 units of KF-6 day and night. We will now, from the left-hand side, RF-16 reconnaissance planes cross each other to show tactical maneuvers to evade enemy's surface-to-air missiles.
Aircraft will perform the evasive maneuver.
The RF-16 reconnaissance aircraft is a versatile aircraft that can carry out various combat missions as well as reconnaissance over North Korea, equipped with a pod. As the reconnaissance planes display evasion flight, the flare it fires emits strong heat to attract enemy's heat-seeking missiles. Next, a squadron of F-35A stealth fighters and KF-16 and FA-50 fighters will enter.
The F-35 and the KF-16 and the FA-50 fighters will enter in formation.
F-35A is the latest fighter jet that can perform operations based on the excellent stealth capability. The KF-16 and FA-50 are multi-role fighters and the core force of our air defense.
The next formation consists of the F-15K, the F-5, and the F-4 aircraft.
The F-15K fighter has excellent ability to strike the enemy's main bases based on its excellent explosive capacities. Distinguished guests, next, F-15K formation is entering the venue from the left to show off the victory pitch maneuver, which symbolizes the strength of our armed forces.
F-15Ks are now approaching from the left. Perform the victory pitch maneuver.
Through the victory pitch maneuver, the spirit of victory to thoroughly punish any provocations of the enemy will be displayed. F-15 formation shows the perfect teamwork and strong deterrence of our Air Force. The soaring F-15K fighter is the ROK Air Force's promise to support the peace and prosperity of the country with its powerful force with our people. The soaring F-15K fighter is showing its will to safeguard peace and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to cheer for the pilots who are performing the grand flypasts.
Give a big round of applause to the pilots and their excellent demonstration.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that as much as President Moon Jae-in clearly did, but that's where we're going to have to leave this newscast for now, but we will have plenty more for you throughout the rest of the day, as well as the latest from that aerospace and defense exhibition. Our Kim Mo-gun will be up next news-wise at noon Korea time, so until then, goodbye.